Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be grilling up some Santa Maria style tri-tips. Stay tuned. All right, before we get to the tri-tip, I'm going to show you how I make a delicious horseradish sauce because we're going to be making some sandwiches. So I've got maybe 4 tablespoons of mayo. I'm using Duke's mayo, and as you can tell, we are out. All right, so to this, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of hot horseradish, about 3 tablespoons. This stuff is fantastic. There's 2, and there's 3. I'm also going to add a pinch of black pepper, pinch of salt, a splash of apple cider vinegar, maybe 1 tablespoon. I'm also going to add a dash of this brand new rub from Yoder Smokers. This is their all-purpose rub, and it's fantastic, really nice and coarse, just like that. Give it a good mix. That is the consistency that you want for your horseradish dip. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got my tri-tip steaks right here. This one's been trimmed up really lean, but it does have a chunk of silver skin here, so I'm just going to use my knife and go right under that silver skin and take that off completely. A little bit more silver skin right here. All right, this one looks good right here. I'm not trimming anything else off of this one. So I'm going to be using 2 different rubs for this cook. This first one is from Beef Hammer. This is the first time that I've ever tried this rub, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I'm going to be seasoning this tri-tip right here with the Beef Hammer rub. It's a little finer rub. It smells good. Pat that down. So I recently saw a video on YouTube from Mark Wiens. I don't know if you guys watch this guy, but he was out in California and they were having some tri-tip sandwiches that just blew my mind how simple they were, but they looked fantastic. So I'm going to be trying to replicate that sandwich on today's cook. All right, so for this tri-tip right here, I'm going to be using the Yoder Smokers all-purpose rub. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a nice coarse rub. So I've got that big spout open because I don't want any of this delicious rub to get trapped in there. Check that out. This smells absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to taste it. As I mentioned in my introduction, I'm going to be using my Santa Maria attachment on my Weber kettle to grill up these tri-tip, and they are going to be fantastic. I've got it warming up outside. We'll see you guys there. So I've got my Weber kettle fired up, and I am using Jealous Devil lump charcoal, as you can see there on the background. I also threw in a split of post oak in there, just to give us a little bit more smoky flavor. So I brought out my old school Santa Maria attachment for my Weber kettle. I don't remember where I got it from, but I will be leaving a link inside the description box so you guys can grab yourself one. So here's my Beef Hammer seasoned tri-tip. And here is the Yoder Smokers all-purpose seasoning seasoned tri-tip. All right, so it's been about a minute. Let's go ahead and flip these for the very first time. Looking good. And it's smelling good. All right, so the tri-tips are ready. The internal temperature has hit 132 degrees, which is right where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them off. We're going to let these rest for about 10 minutes. So I'm just applying some butter to this beautiful French bread right here. I'm going to toast it up. All right, I'm going to pull this bread off, and we'll see you guys inside. All right, so the tri-tip steaks have been resting for maybe 5 minutes. I can't wait the 10 minutes, but I did want to show you guys this cutting board. This is an end grain cutting board from the same company that owns Pit Barrel Cookers. Check out the link below and get yourself one. You can also get yourself a 10% discount. So let's slice into these tri-tips. This is the beef hammer seasoned tri-tip right here. It smells absolutely fantastic. Let's see what we got here. Oh yes, look at that juice. Super juicy tri-tip. Man, it smells so good in here. We have a nice crust on the outside. Just gonna get a few slices, and whichever one tastes better, that's what I'm gonna make my sandwich with. Check that out. Perfect medium rare tri-tip. It's a good thing we got this really nice deep juice groove. We're not gonna spill anything. All right, let's check out the Yoder Smokers all-purpose seasoned tri-tip. Oh man. Guys, this crust on the outside surface is absolutely savage. The meat is really nice and tender, but we have a really nice crust on the outside. Both of these tri-tip steaks are extremely juicy. Now I can see the grain on these tri-tip, so I am cutting against the grain right here. Usually on tri-tip, you want to turn it towards the tail, but on this tri-tip, the grains are running on one direction. All right, check this out. Perfect medium rare tri-tip as well. Let's give these a try. All right, so first we're gonna try the tri-tip that was seasoned with the Yoder Smokers all-purpose seasoning. I'm gonna give a piece to my daughter to try as well. Just a little piece. Here we go. Look at that juice. All right, so as far as the seasoning, it is fantastic. There is nothing wrong with that. For an all-purpose rub, that is absolutely delicious. Now let's try that beef hammer rub. Piece for my daughter and a piece for me. Here we go. All right, so this beef hammer rub is fantastic. There is nothing wrong with this rub. It's got a really good beefy flavor. But for me, the Yoder Smokers all-purpose seasoning has a more backyard grilled flavor to it. My daughter, on the other hand, she happens to like the beef hammer, and I like it as well. In fact, since this is a close tie, I'm gonna make a sandwich using both meats. All right, so let's make our tri-tip sandwich. I'm gonna do this Mark Ween style with nothing but the buttered toast. So grab a little bit of both tri-tips right here, or a lot of bit. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this fleur de sel on top of the tri-tip, just to wake up that flavor a little bit more. Put our lid on it. Now let's give this bad boy a try. All right, let's give this tri-tip sandwich a try. I gotta tell you, that video that Mark Weens was in, his bread was even bigger than this. Let's give it a try. Here we go. Smash that bread a little bit. Man, this is so delicious. I'm gonna try some of that horseradish sauce. Here we go. Flavor overload. This is fantastic. All right, so this tri-tip sandwich is out of bounds delicious. We grilled up a tri-tip Santa Maria style. We buttered some bread and grilled it up as well, and we had an amazing tasting sandwich. That horseradish sauce that we made just took the tri-tip sandwich to a whole new level. I hope you guys enjoyed this simple and delicious Santa Maria style grilled tri-tip. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.